and shiny
30 seconds to
and painful.
It looks like for now at least, NiP going for the top rune, suggesting maybe it will be an offensive tri-lane. And 5JuNGz are like, peace, we're out of here. You guys can have that rune. We don't want anything to do with this.
The Jungs will go for the bottom rune. So introducing the teams here. DotA, Mind Control JerAx, heading towards the bottom lane. Both Matumbaman, Kuroki controlling the top rune, or, well, sitting back, hopefully, for their sake. Limp strutting about as the Shadow Fiend. Steel Kid Hanskin on the Lina Dazzle. Top lane will be Yonasamfan as the Axe, rushing the Tranquils, and Era, safe lane Storm. So they do actually have a D ward here, gods, but I don't know if they actually saw it just yet.
Yeah, the low ground sentry is an odd one. They're pinging. They seem to know it's there. They just need high ground vision. Steel Kid provides it from across the ravine. That's some
easy 50 gold.
But yeah, aggro trialing coming out. LD, sometimes I get things right. No, it's not often, but sometimes.
That was an extremely bold prediction. Aggressive tri-lane, definitely picking X here.
Yeah.
No take-backs, and you were right.
What are those rare moments?
Yeah. First time for everything. Even God's being right.
Yeah. So I think the response for this for 5JuNGz is try and help the Ember a little bit, but this is very much a lane they can't win. They're better off going for pull camps. It looks like Kuro's just going to jungle a fast level 2, and I'd expect an early rotation. Possibly just from Earthshaker, maybe. Kuro doesn't normally roam so much early as JerAx says, but they want to head towards bottom. Era on the Storm is probably the easiest kill for them to get. SF's also a possible kill, but definitely one, if not both of the supports want to roam and try find some early action elsewhere on the map. Top lane is just not a lane they can expect to win.
Man, look at the early CS here on Fada. 7-3 through 8 creeps with the 8th yet to die yet. Perfect start mid for a Beastmaster. That is, and some knives to boot versus a Shadow Fiend. So, Limp's gonna be a little bit sad. Already the boar coming out, so looks like will be the boar level up here. And they are rotating.
They've got the ward to protect him, so good. I mean, for NiP, it's like we're going aggro tri-lane. What's the big risk? Our 2 solo heroes getting ganked, so they've set both wards up to protect their solos. They've even got the other ward down in the bottom river to scout out potential rotations from JerAx. But even with a ward, JerAx is in a very dangerous position. Gets fissure blocked, Bata will run.
He
forward.
might actually be dead here. Axe is coming out.
Cancels this out.
Where's Limp gonna go? That slow boar messing things up. The Razes will force him back. They force out the TP on Steel Kid. Kind of limiting the aggression here top lane, but still they have been creep skipping, and see Matumbaman only level 2, being denied some creeps here.
Kuro figures out where this observe ward is, so he'll de-ward this, makes it a bit more dangerous here in the bottom lane for Era. So you can see both supports. One's going mid, one's going bottom. They want to pressure the Storm. I mean, you look at this lineup. Storm and Shadow Fiend are the 2 carries. They're the 2 important heroes on the NiP
Sharks
side.
come out. Era, where's the TP? You don't have one because your buddy already went to the mid lane. In a lot of trouble.
Okay.
Ah, that armor. That 6 armor keeping him alive.
Can't nerf my armor, he says. Although he drops his null, so he's down to 5. Don't do that in Era.
Imagine if you get the Ogre treatment.
Plus 1
7
armor.
here. He'd basically be healing through those auto attacks. Or we'll hang out near the tower, playing it safe. Meanwhile, the pressure does continue top. The creep skip with the Yonasamfan Hanskin threatens for a stun. Not ready to go in just yet. And Limp now faces a double boar special. He sits 11-4. He has caught up though. Doing a pretty good job of CSing here moving forward.
Yeah, and you can expect him to kind of power farm throughout the early to mid game once he gets those jungle stacks as well. And even without jungle stacks, SF can just pop around from camp to camp, spam out the lane, go into the jungle. He's just going to farm a lot more efficiently than Thata, but Beastmaster are going to obviously offer the roaming gank potential for his team, so...
Well, you mentioned Kuro doesn't normally roam that much early, but he has not only made the rotation towards bottom, but continues to kind of occupy it. And as I say that, he immediately runs away, so... That's what I'm saying, he does not get aggressive here. He will not go into the Radiant jungle and pressure.
I like this play from Steel Kid, because very much his presence in the aggro tri-lane was to make it so that 5JuNGz, if they only dual lane with Axe +1 up there, they'll lose that lane to the Earthshaker plus CM. So he was up there to ensure they had the good start. And then once the lane in the off lane is 1 for Axe, he just starts helping out the cores. He wants to make sure he's in position for a grave, a heal should they need it. And he's going to be much more focused on protecting Storm and Shadow Fiend now. And also stacking for the Shadow Fiend, who's got a nice little quad stack here, it looks like, or triple stack in the jungle.
Good work by Steel Kid. Limp will devour those creeps. Still doesn't actually have the boots delivered yet. Looks like the courier's been working overtime as it lunges back towards the Radiant base. We'll see Jarek's kind of hanging out top. He's got the Hawk giving him a spot of extra vision, but tough lane to find a kill in here. Currently, your Dire squad does have vision on Handskin. They're going to go for the fissure. Kuro to follow this one up. Holding all the nukes for now. The call comes on the Matumba Man, trying to protect Handskin on the retreat out. Gets the stun off, but will end up going down. The first blood goes the way of the 5JuNGz, and now the chase continues. Can Matumba Man juke around the trees? Nowhere to run, it seems. Slowly being poked by that axe, but a great fissure. Jarek's with the follow-up. That should be enough. There is going to be a Battle Hunger cooling down, but too late to get the kill as Fada perches on the high ground, thinking about a kill. Roar coming in mid lane, summons the boar immediately. Limp now going to tank a snowball. This is some hate on the Shadow Friend. He will die to one extra slice of that Husk's auto attack.
5JuNGz are just so good at playing the early game. This is how they beat down Monkey Business, and the games they did really well against Vagos when they focused on just dominating this early game stage. And see Kuro in trouble at top. This may not be an escape for him.
No Tango. Oh, actually has the one, but does get caught. The call, follow-up stun, and down goes the Crystal Maiden. Though now they're in deep, and Matumba Man has cracked level 4, gets healed up, and they're trying to turn this one around. Matumba Man, now it's his turn to run. Axe coming after him. Stun follows up from the Lina. Can they bring him down to Fissure? Connects on two, but the Axe continues chasing in. Follow-up chains again and again. NiP applying the pressure, and it's up to Fada to turn this. The double boar army rotates in. The Seal Kid, no match for the boars unless he has a TP, which he does, but no mana for it, and the Earthshaker will punish the Lina on the way out. Jarek's finding the one kill, the boar finding the other, so two heroes end up dropping. Now the Storm rotates in. Era still trying to get something out of this tower dive. Now the chains again frustrating. NiP as Matumba Man backs his way out of here. Jonas and Fun gets off the call, but has no HP to tank any longer. Matumba Man gonna drop his wall. Bloodbath in the top lane. 3 heroes dead. Era in danger. Raise number 1, raise number 2. Limp even joining the fray. Hey, anybody else want to come top lane? They're all here already. 10 heroes have rotated into this lane. The tower ends up going down to the Radiant. While that was happening. And it ends up being a 4-for-2 exchange, favoring 5JuNGz.
And they only barely killed the Ember there. That was... 5JuNGz just rotated faster and sooner. By the time NiP realized, like, oh crap, we can't just have our tri-lane up here. They needed to bring Storm and Shadow Fiend. It was already kind of NiP on the back foot and playing defensive. They'd already lost important heroes. The Dazzle was down. They didn't have him. The Lina was down. And as a result, the Storm's balling in, but he doesn't have any follow-up. He didn't have any protection from Dazzle. Didn't have any stuns coming out of the Lina. If he'd rotated early, I think that would have been a much better initial dive. And that's kind of the problem when you've got Storm and Shadow Fiend who both want to be farming. You need, when you want to go for these T1 top tower dives, you need at least one of your cores to rotate in.
Big bin for mind control, but there's the Grave. Keeping on some fun. Fighting Shape for now has 8 stick charges. Doesn't seem like he's making his way out of here. Now it's Seal Kid's turn to die. Has no Grave available. Pops the hill, blows up Matumba Man, but can't finish the job, and will end up dropping anyway. And oh yeah, by the way, Shadow Fiend solo fragged mid lane. Fada completely out of control. 2-0 and 3. And this is after the Dazzle save to start the laning stage off. And you wonder why teams are banning this hero first phase, gods. I guess we have our answer.
Oh yeah. Beastmaster in Fata's hands. He's just dominates his lane. We talked about earlier when SF had 3 CS, Fata had 8 CS and 3 denies.
First 2 waves he was flawless.
It's impressive. And for NiP, this is problematic for them. They need to get that blink up on Jonas, and also he's just under-leveled. He's level 4 as a core axe at 8 minutes in. That's just not gonna cut it. This is like normally like at 8 minutes in, if someone's level 4, you're like, oh, it's probably just because they're a support and playing selflessly.
Howdy, Crystal Maiden, how you doing? Raise number 1 trying to poke from the high ground, but Limp is being zoned back because there's a bigger problem in the mid lane. The high ground stun from Handskin, not sufficient. Now the shards trap Handskin in a very awkward position behind a tree, but Storm rotates in, tries to finish off Jarek's ball in as well. We'll get the first kill. Does Eric consider a commitment for an additional one? The roar cools down in 10 seconds. 8 seconds. Axes, shards again. Era in his own little world. Seal Kid tries to turn this with the Grave, the heal as well. But mind control still fairly durable here. Now Fada's looking to come back and has the roar variable. Into the fight comes Matumba Man on the Ember Spear. Everybody and their mother joins this lane, and it will be another double kill. And they're not done yet. Kuro, man fighting. Oh, can't do it. That armor at least salvages a single solitary kill, but mind control continues to commit for this. The long range ball into the shards. He's going for it. Nice try. But he may die. He's got 1 stick charge here.
Made it out, okay.
The math.
Has he?
Man! He did the math. I swear he did the math. Sunstrike, Zeus ult, you're dead.
Yeah.
Man, that was some intense pressure on the mid lane.
It was like top lane. Started with 10-man top and then 10-man mid.
They see Kuro. They're like, hey, let's kill the Crystal Maiden. Try to get the raise from the low ground. Oh wait,
with
suddenly Tuskar and Beastmaster up in your business.
They can't actually kill Kuro with the Tranquil boots there. It's just the two supports, but they have no setup for a Lina stun, and they can't actually outrun Kuro because he's got the Tranquil's advantage.
Quick ball in bottom, but the Earthshaker's in position. Kuro standing his ground. A proud Crystal Maiden. Level 6 now. Skill up the ultimate. And looks like he already used it.
Oh, he used it just then. I think he
just thought Arrow was going to commit.
Yeah, that was let's say it was like 80 seconds to the next one. Like, doesn't it have a 90-second cooldown? Yep. That's good. Last time I saw him play CM, he didn't get ulti until level 13. He maxed all of his 3 basic spells and got ulti at level 13, which I didn't really like. They won the game, he did fine and all, but skill-wise, I think this ulti is a really valuable point at level 6 especially. At level 11, it's not great because it's a huge mana cost. It's the majority of your mana pool, so often you just see it stay level 1 for some time, but definitely worthwhile getting that early point.
NiP forced a bit more defensively on this bottom lane as they see the pressure coming in. They'll rotate Alina down, but Yonasumfan, he's not afraid. Struts up top. We won't see an early Blink Dagger rush, by the way, gods. It is going to be an early Vit booster instead. Yonasumfan trying to tank up a bit here. I think as 5JuNGz go for the smoke.
Yeah, NiP's changing their game plan. When you see this, it suggests they do not want to fight. They want to play a farming game. They've got Storm Shadow Fiend, so it kind of works to their advantage, but 5JuNGz, they're the ones who want to be constantly aggressive now. They're smoking through the Radiant jungle. They want to use that Beastmaster Hawk vision to try find them pickoffs. It's going to be a bit late to this big neutral camp here, but it still may find vision of Limp on the SF.
Limp scouted and now snowballed. Can he get out of here? Shards to follow up. Oh, in an awkward position. The Fissure actually protecting Limp a bit, and he'll just back away. Arrow rotates in. Kuroki does have the ultimate available. Should they dare to go up to the high ground? Fada tries to join the fight, but a nice ball. Fada unable to find the target for the roar. Even pop the Necro Bulk and is going to feed. 150, maybe 300 gold here as he tries to walk those minions away. We'll get out safely. They did not have Jerix for that one, though now he will. Hey, what's going on over here? It's already too late. That's a weird shard. Is it like I think he somehow caught the heroes here. Then the Fissure like somewhat protected the hero they were going for. Kind of an awkward engagement there from 5JuNGz.
Yeah. Kind of the nature of the Earthshaker Tusk. Like it can create these chaotic scenarios where you don't know who's getting blocked in or out, which can sometimes work against. But mind control for the most part has been very good on the Tusk throughout Nanyang in the European one, as well as what we've seen so far. Oh, Jerix loses his Observer Ward. So put down a Observer Ward behind the bottom tier 1, but there was a sentry already there, so the creep wave took it out, and just denying a little bit of deep vision that 5JuNGz are trying to use to take down some tier 1 towers.
Tyra is on a bit of a roam here, doesn't want to actually fight. The JuNGz head on, instead will rotate towards the mid lane. 5 heroes streaming in Kuroki. I'm just a little Crystal Maiden, leave me alone. Thinking about a single Crystal Nova, but that would be his demise. Should even nuke once. Arrow's ready, full mana pool available, and Kuroki knows it. Kuroki may be scouted here by this Radiant Observer Ward. Oh, ping came out, but they're content to take the tower. Vanguard now complete on the axe, and they will grab their second tower of the game. Bit slower to get that, but they do now. The Blink is finally acquired by Tusk. Mind control. TP at the ready.
This is a stage of the game where the Matumbaman Ember Spirit comes online, though, and that's the scary thing for NiP. They want to be able to make sure they have a way of dealing with him, and they don't really until they have the Axe Blink. They can't get that instant lockdown that they can lead into a Lina combo with until Axe gets a Blink Dagger, so I feel like until Axe has a Blink, they want to be as careful as possible about avoiding any team fight, only taking pick-offs like they did at mid on the Fata Beastmaster, and 5JuNGz, I feel like just sitting back and playing a slow-paced game now is not what you want to do. You want to take advantage of Axe going for this greedier Vanguard build.
Matumbaman finally completing the drums here. Has not felt as explosive of a game, though. He is 2-1-6, and he's done a great job of catching up after the early pressure top lane. But I guess the only good news for NiP, not your free farm member to start the game off. Otherwise, he might be at a 100+ CS and have one extra item. Requiem! Yep. Decent damage, but a quick remnant back. But Tumbaman backing off. Will retreat out, even dropping the remnant. Can TP home if he'd like and re-engage. NiP will scout out that remnant, pinging it. Just hoping that the Ember pops back in.
Yep, unlikely. He sees him. He's got the remnant vision. And the observer vision.
5 heroes camping out the remnant.
Oh, he goes back. Alright, he sees him walk away, and now
well, they knew this was a possibility here, but they did walk back, and now the Blink Dagger reveal for Mind Control. Coming in with the Chains follow-up. Pyjamas barely tanky, but those spins are not going to remove this Flame Guard, which should be enough to finish him off. Where's the spins? Nothing going for Pyjamas. Well, they had an inkling, but they didn't know the full story, which was that Blink Dagger reveal.
And the full story is also the Storm dying at mid lane, which is problematic for
Roar gets
NiP.
used, Necrobook now level 3.
Yeah, Kuro helped out with a bit of extra damage. It looked like, yeah, they used Freezing Field on top of that. So it was a Freezing Field plus Roar. And NiP, like, they'd swung everyone mid. They were looking to head mid to go for, I think, a play onto Fata, but they just weren't there in time to back up the Storm. And that's 2 big pickoffs on core heroes for 5JuNGz unanswered, and they're controlling the map. They're out farming their opponents. Tumbaman's got his drums up. He's really just come online now by peer levels, and he's so good at fighting. The Flame Guard, it feels like they don't have a good way just to burn it down. We saw there with the axe alone, it's all physical damage, so he's never able to deal with the Flame Guard. SF, if he's in the right place, can throw some raises, but Ember Spirit's really good at just avoiding raises and just hiding around in a team fight.
Well, I can always blow the Laguna Blade.
Yes, that's one way.
I hate your Flame Guard! Pow! Just zap him real quick. Yeah, barring that, it's not easy to get rid of this thing.
If Lean had a bit more farm, you could see something like a Yule Scepter, but DotA has a Necro 3, that's huge damage potential.
Axes come out, clearing out the trees and opening the way for Matumbaman as he dives on the other Font. Matumba dropping the chains, the Necrobook doing the work, he's just dodging that potential stun, and now he looks for a follow-up, Remnant forward, jumping onto Hanskin, has the chains, will pop it, but they're rotating the entire squad, the Necro minions again doing the work, chasing deeper, they bring down one, but the Archer, just blink him down. Fata says thank you very much, 2 quick kills,
Necro's
and Limp even ushered away.
The melee Necrobook got the axe kill with the last will damage, and then the range.
Now he gets a spin when he doesn't need it. Please don't spin, please don't spin. Oh god, I spun.
Yeah.
I think he's probably dead there anyway, but
no, I have
still,
that's what was
a
near
funny way to
die,
a funny way to die. This Necrobook 3 is scary.
When you rush it, it's ridiculous damage output at 15 minutes into the game. Combined with the aura is the big thing here. They hit hard, but
he's 7-1 and 4. Yeah. He's, as you would expect, 4 DCS down on a Shadow Fiend, 1,300 higher net worth.
Yeah.
And they haven't taken Roach yet, which is undoubtedly next on the menu for JuNGz.
And I think Fata's really kind of optimized the Beastmaster build. Something you see a lot of players doing is maxing the Axes Hulk and not getting your aura until level 10. He only ever gets 2 points in Axes, and then he goes back to it at level 13. So he gets 2 points of Axes for the lane stage, so by level 3 is 2 in Axes, and then he doesn't get another point until he's maxed out aura and Hulk. So he very much recognizes the damage output you get from the aura when you combo it with the Necrobooks being better than more points in Wild Axes.
Waiting on the high ground, Fata now rushes in, not blowing that roar just yet, wants to get onto Steel Kid, so there's no grave to keep the Shadow Fiend alive. They'll quickly blow up the Dazzle. Now turning on the limb, can the TP out happen in time? No siree! Matumbaman finishes the job, and all of a sudden, Ember just completed Boots of Travel, got the Ring of Health, now he has the Perseverance, well on his way to a potential Battle Fury. And this was a safe lane Ember up against a tri-lane who had very little help early on, Gods.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know it now, as he surges at 4-1-9 into 2nd place on the net worth chart.
This is where an aggro tri-lane great at stopping a safe lane hero from getting farmed for the first 6 to 8 minutes, but you've got to then turn that into objectives, and
Hanskin's just helpless against this.
Yeah.
He's like, I guess I'll stun here. Up, Sleight of Fist, no chance, you're dead. And meanwhile, Jonas and Fana also on the run. The shards come out once again. He gets punched up and down. Now snowball forward. Kuroki can't wait to use that ultimate. No, just kidding. Gonna nuke once, and the Shaker even joins the fray, but they are a bit careful here. Cautious about the 4-hero counterplay.
Yeah.
And we'll back out.
I thought I'd go for it. They see the Storm mid now, and no TP on Era. They may look to re-engage, but for now they are standing and farming underneath a NiP ward here in the jungle, so that's going to be something they don't... they're probably not going to find an answer to anytime soon. It will expire. The Necrobook 3 unlikely to be summoned, except offensively.
No medallion yet, though.
for the dire side.
Yeah, not as good versus the Roche now, but
yeah,
with the Beastmaster still I think would be enough to do it.
Oh yeah, and it's still an item. Yeah, it's been nerfed by half against Roche, but you still get it as a Roche item, even if it's weaker. I guess they don't have an obvious candidate to buy it. Tusk probably the best hero on their side, and he's picked up a Mithril Hammer, so we're seeing bigger items come out from him.
Or is this a BKB?
I think more likely the BKB, but he's got a Blink Dagger. His single target burst damage with Blink Deso is pretty absurd. Just generally, you don't see such a glass cannon build from your utility offlaner.
Well, I guess when you're always the one punching and not the one taking the punches. Why the hell not? NiP are in a bit of smoke here, but it's about to wear off. Unable to find a connection. Good map awareness from Fada, hiding back, even letting the boars patrol in front of his little hidey hole. Will successfully dodge the gank. And so Yonasim Fan, even though he's just picked up the Blink Dagger, unable to get a kill here.
Yep.
Just haven't seen NiP really get anything rolling. And Era does have Bloodstone now, but that's it.
Some just unconventional 5JuNGz wards. They've got 2 defensive wards in their own jungle. You wouldn't expect to see this, but I think they've recognized NiP's movements into their jungle, and they're just like, let's just pop these down, be on the safe side. If we need to get aggressive, we can rely on the Hawk, so just use our wards where they're going to give us the most short-term value. We're not looking at long-term value from these wards because they have a Beastmaster. They can waste, it's not even wasting these wards, they can just use them as freely as they kind of want to, and now with it smoked up, well, 5JuNGz side, they're looking to engage.
They saw Yonasim Fan thinking about the blink in mid lane, and now they're the ones on the offensive. The Jungs going in, blink out, and the turn. Necrobo comes, they will start spamming nukes on these, but this is a Necro 3, 900 health, and even if you kill it, you're going to take a pounding for it.
Yeah, no, I don't think
Era maybe tries to kill it in a ball lightning. No.
Oh, we got 3 with the shots.
They follow this up. Blake, Echo, JuNGz just got the pound town, and he'll go in, finds the first initiation, the buyback instantly for the leader, trying to re-engage, but they've already lost a second hero. The Dazzle down, Limp stunned up through it all. BKB expended, shards coming out, Remnant dropped one direction, Sleight of Fist the other, and will connect on the Shadow Fiend, finishing him off. Now Lina chucking out a casual Laguna Blade, hoping to finish up Fada. One more auto tech, the high ground stun gets the job done, but the payment will be Matumba Man burning down the Fire Lady as he continues chase. Chains has the Sleight of Fist, and again the easy dodge. Meanwhile in the river, Axe does turn this though, gets the double kill dunk. So it ends up not being too shabby. They did die back on Melina there. It was 4 for 4 overall.
Yeah, that was a great fight for them. SF got off the BKB ultimate. The ice shot's initially fantastic. It locked in 3, forced a fight, which for 5JuNGz looked to be what they wanted to do, but the problem was the Beastmaster wasn't in range to roar the SF when he went for the Rec Room. He was BKB Rec Rooming, and the roar just wasn't there. It came later on, and it was because the Ice Shards had done such a good job locking NiP in. It also locked Fata out of the fight from where he'd blinked in, so...
Well, that's the real winner was Era.
Yeah.
Just got the Bloodstone, had a really slow start, suddenly 12 charges. Didn't even get a kill that fight. 3, 2, and 5. He was 3 and 2 before the fight.
Era and Matumba Man though, because Matumba Man has taken over the top net worth. He's got a Battle Fury all of a sudden. He's level 16, so somehow
with this Desolator, now Roshan may be in the cards.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he goes for it here.
Ah, yeah, that's a good point. We may
Medallion's not so good against
value
Roche,
Deso pickups.
Well, as though TA needed a buff.
Yeah.
The indirect buff.
They can very easily Roche. Necro units can tank it. You've got Beastmaster Aura, Deso, yada yada. They've got plenty of damage.
But risky.
And NiP smoked up, maybe concerned about the Roche, although they will now see Fata bottom, which should kind of reveal to them that Roche probably not going on without the Beastmaster.
Has no TP here, and instantly Axe initiates. Fata quick on the blink back. They're still gonna ball lightning in, and they're completely wrong about the location. But the smoke never even broke. They didn't see Era chasing here. Could continue pursuit, but it'll start dropping remnants once those delicious creeps instead. And the gank will end up not succeeding. Works towards the Orca now. 4 heroes. 5 heroes converging bottom.
I think 5JuNGz looking to go for a bit of a semi-trade here. They're pressuring out the mid lane, and they'll see 5 bottom, and just not really in the best position to fight. Echo Slam's come back up for JuNGz, but he's still just level 8, so it's level 1. And Mind Control with a Deso actually pushes pretty fast with a creep wave here, and
Okay, forget about Rush. This was clearly the classic split-pushing Tusk build.
Yeah. They come gank you, you blink away. They're not there, you desolated the tower.
Bam. Arya's taking it down below half HP.
New meta.
The Jungs working on a tier 2 on the mid lane while NiP work on the tier 2 bottom. See if they try to come back and defend here. And some fun patrolling in the front lines, and that big engagement keeps the game relatively even for NiP.
Yeah.
And now the Dominator completed, 1800 gold banked for Limp, and the split push does succeed. They get that first kill, but the initiation on the Fada finds him, scouts him out, tries for the dunk, the fissure interrupts it. Laguna will end the fight. Headskin finally locates a target for the devastating beam of doom.
Great catch from Jonas there. He used the blink and the force stuff to get close enough, and I don't think Fata was ready for the double kind of gap breaker initiation coming from the axe. He just got a bit overconfident with his position.
Oh, so close, Jonas and Fan. So close.
Storm backing him up too. That likely would have been a kill. And
if only Dunk had a mini stun. If only Lumi was balancing DotA.
Era just wants to power farm his Orchid because that's the item that allows him to kill anybody.
Lamp, he had to pop the BKB here. It does save his life.
Yeah.
Now down to a 7-second charge, we'll retreat out. See a bit of dewarding. Still nobody thinking Roche. Well, maybe teams thinking Roche, but nobody acting on it. As we hit 25 minutes.
I feel like Limpy can still get a lot done even during a 5-second BKB. It's not like you're in a drawn-out fight against like a nuking spellcaster. If you're against like a Zeus or a Leshrac or a Storm, you want to have that longer BKB, but you just want the BKB for that like initiation and to deal with like the Earthshaker stun. So to me, this is not the worst game to have a quick 5-second BKB. Well, he's still sitting on like what 7 seconds for now, although it looks like we'll get to 5 in no time at all. But not the end of the world. It's not one of those games where it's like, okay, late game this hero's going to struggle because they've got a 5-second BKB.
The bigger threat is probably just getting instantly KO'd by like a Blink Echo and not getting the Grave off.
And that's where, or like even the same with the Raw, and that's where the BKB
it doesn't matter how long it is.
And it's not bought for that reason. It's
as much, yeah.
It's bought very much just for the Earthshaker, getting out of the Searing Chains.
And all the late game damage on the Jungs is physical damage. Your Tusk Walrus Punch, the Sleight of Fist, Inner Beast Star to make everyone attack a bit faster.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with you. It's more about the fact that you have Magic Immunity, not how long it lasts. So Man's gonna split push here. Top lane has picked up a Crystallis.
He's gonna be very wary.
His farm is really accelerated. Suddenly at 14k net worth. They tri-laned him and he had no help. he's 7-1-9. He's the most farmed hero in the game. Now Axe on trying to find Jerax, who's looking to protect Matoma Man. So well, thanks for the bodyguard, man. See you later.
Yeah, he's piecing.
Nope. Pops the stick. Yeah, totem. Purely a stally maneuver. And Blake, take it in the face. Down he goes.
The Battle Hunger actually wore off. It was almost had to blink out. But
yeah, that's some fun. He's itching to use that dunk.
And I think for NiP, they really want to smoke or at least have Eric go for a gank right now. He's just picked up Orchid. Matumba Man may not be ready for this to come his way, but a Dire Ward is scattered out. So Intel has been picked up, NiP's Orchid, no one now by Matumba Man. Which is unfortunate for
Boots of Travel up on the Beastmaster, and that goes with the Boots of Travel already up in the Ember. So this team, the Hawks gods, the Double Hawks, suddenly they just teleport in out of nowhere, just apparate and start doing terrible things to your back lines. Gotta be careful versus this mobility. Era hasn't advanced on Bloodstone charges, but has been farming, gets the Orchid now. Still looking for that explosive follow-up team fight here as we hit the 28-minute mark. And they are smoked again.
They're very wary of 5JuNGz's ability to take Roshan quickly here, but 5JuNGz just playing it safe, have not even attempted a Roshan yet this game.
And it's like it's like the next level, get the Desolator, then don't... Okay, Blink call, not even going to attempt the call. Fissure wildly off the mark. The smoke ank also fails, so everybody just...
in trouble.
Gonna fail the most here. Fada does get trapped out a bit.
Trouble.
Oh, Fada, he's had such a good start, but Jonas and Fon's having the better finish. Gets the dunk kill, now finishing off an additional Necrobook minion. Shards come through, a beautiful initiation, but Jerax, he got silenced by her as he looked for the KO. Echo Slam, can't get it off. Limp. Brave, as well as the BKB, keeps him in fighting shape. Era, what a save. got to be a double kill if he gets off the Echo there.
Yeah, Limp held onto his BKB for too long. I think the Echo would have come before BKB. It was very much like Earthshaker blinked it. Oh, I gotta pop my BKB. Good thing he was silenced, because that Echo is instant, and you wouldn't have got a chance to BKB if not for the silence.
And it was so close that he only had time to silence him, not even to disable the blink. It was right down to that, like, split-second reaction.
And take out the Hawk, the Sigil also pretty annoying here, but...
No buyback on the Beastmaster, they gotta stall. The bash!
They're just a bit
You know,
slow.
some fun.
Sigil, man, what an annoying, pesky spell to try and Roche against.
Probably exactly what NiP is thinking right now, is the Dazzle will wear off shortly. Cannot secure the Roche, and in fact, this may lead to a JuNGz Roche, because all three lanes are pushing.
Yeah, that's a... Not even just a problem because they've got to push him out, but it's, you look at the big picture, it's like, that's a lot of farm you're missing out on that you're meant to be getting here, so... It's just not efficient for them to kind of have a Roche standoff right now when they're missing out on a ton of farm and going to be falling behind. 5JuNGz don't even have to go for Roche, and they can just have a couple heroes postured around. Matumba Man can be farming while he's got a Fire Remnant near the pit, and... Vata's actually TP top. He wants to force those rotations back up here, and... With his TP, with the short cooldown, 45 seconds on Boots of Travel means he can just TP up here, pressure the lane, force rotations, and then he'll be just TPing right back to the pit for a potential Roche attempt for 5JuNGz.
Yeah, good map presence from Fata. It seems he may have to transition his playstyle here. Just has not gotten a good initiation off in some time.
He's in. He's popped the Necro 3.
Yeah, this is definitely going to force at least one hero back. Era's going to hoof it.
Look how fast that Necro
hits. He's balling in, hoping for the scout. Does! Fine, Fata gets the pull off. How dare you rat me! Down he goes.
Easy Necro money.
I mean, they want to go Roche right away. They're already in the pit, but I don't know if they can do it without Fata. They were planning on the TP into the
They know
Roche.
Eric has no mana, no ability. I mean, he can heal up quickly and TP in, but yeah, without Fata, I think they don't have the damage. They need his aura especially.
Like you said, NiP have been always looking after this Roche. Showing us some fun. Again, scouting. Confidently moving in. Now has a completed BKB.
NiP have definitely turned this game. They've got Storm online, and the late game Storm has not been nerfed really at all. Like, all these nerfs were very much geared at making his early to mid game a lot weaker. The only real nerf to the late game is some of the Bloodstone charges, but the hero overall chews through a little bit more mana with the Ball Lightning. But if you've got to this point where you've got Orchid, Bloodstone, 16 charges, your late game Storm is as good as ever.
Yeah, doubling the activation cost when you've got 1,700 mana to work with doesn't really matter, and they scout out the little Crystal Maiden trapped behind the tower. Limp, Glimmer Cape, can't get the job done. You know, some fun. Close to being able to dunk there. 325, didn't quite have the firepower though. As Matumba Man hangs back, looking to stall this push out a bit. The whole gang's alive. Are they going to hold the JuNGz? Scouting, BKB forced out by Some fun. Matumba Man baits it, then off quickly, had no vision, playing with fire. And now the ball forward, that Glimmer Cape doing a decent amount of work. Limp popping his BKB, they do get the tower, and elsewhere, Mind Control. Snipe Seal Kid on the Dazzle on the backside of the fight now. NiP in a headlong retreat. Hansky may be left for the Wolves, snowball forward. Meet the fire and the ice, and down goes the Lina. They continue to chase Era up on the high ground now. Bit isolated, has a lot of mana though. Falls out, TP's out, should be able to escape. Matumba close to getting the catch there.
Very close.
But won't get it in the end. And now, at long last, give us our freaking Roche, okay? We've earned this.
Yeah.
The JuNGz will finally claim it.
Yeah. They managed to find Isolate Dazzle, and once Dazzle's out of the picture, you can just fully commit because you're not worried about going in, all in, throwing everything on a Storm or Shadow Fiend and having them get graved up and turn the fight around, so... Straightforward Roche for 5JuNGz, and we'll see where they look to head next. They've taken all the outer towers, but to me they haven't got a lineup which can just group up as 5 and go for a high ground push. Very much NiP have heroes that can defend high ground. They're in good teamfight shape as well when you've got 3 cores. I mean, Axe not so much like a late game carry by any means, but he's a great initiator to have to kind of set up the Lina combo. They're ready to fight, especially on the high ground. That's something I'd love to actually see happen. It's just, oh yeah, sure, come push at us, grouped as 5, and we'll just walk right it. We'll just take you out with ease.
Oh, mid lane, initiation onto Mind Control, trapped out by Some fun. Arrow collects his easy Bloodstone charge. 9 unanswered charges on the Storm, who had pretty bad start. I wouldn't say awful, but definitely not explosive, and has not died since he got this Bloodstone.
He's now worked on a Lincoln's, which he's 600 gold away from, and there is not much to break that Lincoln's, I don't think.
Zip zap, zoop, he's close, drops the remnant. Fata, just praying.
attack.
That nerfed vision not really coming into play, but theoretically, Era. He knows this is the old C9 style. Did he spot him? Yep.
Oh, he found him, Era. Another remnant. Oh, he just missed him.
Where's Weave?
But now he knows. He knows. He has to know.
Weave!
Oh, he thought he TP'd out. Oh no.
You still throw the Weave?
The location, but not so lucky is Mr. JuNGz, who ends up taking the dunk. Oh, some fun on the hunt forward. Has another blink available. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Handskin doing a little bit of me time.
Uh-oh. Handskin.
Handskin.
Someone's just TP'd down here.
I mean, and Fada is just itching to get a kill, man. He has not gotten a kill in what, like 20 minutes?
Drops a sentry. They're gonna see each other soon. No, okay. Handskin safe for now. He was involved in the action at mid. He was the Raw that initiated the fight where they killed the Dazzle, but like he hasn't found solo kills at all.
Yeah, they've been able to just put the fear of God into the Beastmaster who once terrorized them. NiP, 35 minutes in.
It's
dead even game as far as gold experience, very ever so slightly their way, and now finally Fada strikes. Blink, Necrobook does the work, Axe has finished the job, and Fada will at long last connect for a kill.
Yeah,
you really had to work for that one.
Not the biggest deal for NiP. That just means they have to rotate SF down here to now be the one pushing out the lane, and they know the Raw's down, so... To me, Matumba Man going for a non-defensive item next, he's picked up a Demon Edge now, is a very kind of risky move for him. You're against a Storm with an Orchid. I guess there's Axe with Blink Call, so if you go for a Linken's, there's no guarantee. It's never going to help against the Axe initiation, but it means you can farm lanes and not get solo killed by Storm. With an MKB build, there's a big threat of Storm just solo killing you if you're ever alone, which I guess is just going to have to be a change in his playstyle. He can't just be farming lanes alone when Storm's missing from the map.
Yeah, Matumba Man very close to that MKB. Already has the Javelin. They just still available. Oh, they finally fixed the Roshan timer. Nice. So 2 minutes here.
And the ticker as well. You know when it's a best of 3 and best of 5.
Brilliant.
Accurately.
Reborn is actually reborn.
Yep.
A semi-functional client. NiP rotating back on the top lane here. In position is Matumba Man, will cleave through the creeps, jumps back to the jungle.
Yep. Now,
all of a sudden, another 800 gold, so pretty much has the MKB if he wants to buy it, guys.
It's a risky move, especially with Aegis expiring soon. We'll find out if he does. I don't think it's a good idea when he's going, like when he has no defensive items, and he hasn't got the best, like he hasn't got a Dazzle or something on his team for the Grave. He's got an Earthshaker who can try and counter-initiate with a Fissure, but it's not necessarily going to help you against a Storm who can be so elusive. And similarly, the Tusk Snowball's the one kind of pseudo-save available on the team, so Mind Control, as much as he offers a lot of firepower with this Desolator, I think he's going to have to prioritize saving the Ember Spirit should he ever get focused.
Matumba Man does opt to complete the MKB, not reserving buyback, but extra damage is, some fun. We'll take the brunt of it here. Gonna be forced back quickly mid lane. Matumba Man aggressively positioned.
And if you need armor, Jonas needs to go for
well, they have a
Shivers or
they're
AC.
good. They got the Frost Mage.
Frost Mage, and they've got Weave. They're pretty good. Frost Mage, Weave.
More is always good though.
Yeah, Frost Mage is one of these super OP creeps that just nobody realizes how good it is. Well, evidently Limp does, but apparently a lot of people don't. 8 armor.
Well, it's an icy ogre. It's a creep after his own heart. Can't nerf the ice lady. Or ogre.
It's just great because it has that. It's a 45-second duration, so you just put it on yourself, and with an Alpha Wolf, if it's in a team fight, it dies or something. Like you can't send an Alpha Wolf into a fight.
Oh, that damage, Handskin. Very close to dropping. Now the Glimmer Cape, Kuroki. Suddenly he's in too far. I thought we could all get aggressive here, but it's only Matumba Man who can get away with that easily. In the trees now. Sleight of Fist, chains come out. Era happy to tank it. Still very difficult to bring down here, and they have isolated Kuroki. Hey, what you doing, buddy? Fissure? And Glimmer Cape is enough to keep him alive for now. This Kuroki trap, and he plays up his sleeve. Into the trees he worms, he goes for the TP out the sleeve, not gonna connect, it looks like he will escape! Kuroki, you magician. What a god. But Crystal made him pretty much a useless hero at this point, it feels. He's constantly running for his life.
Eren needs a gem. I feel like that should have happened some time ago. They've been using sentries on the supports, but The nature of Dazzle especially is that he's as far back as possible. He's never in a position to really put down a sentry to scout out a Glimmer Cape because he wants to be on the back lines. Lina can be more on the front lines with the Treads, Bracer, Glimmer Cape, but it really feels like they need to just put a gem on Era or Jonas and Fan. I feel like one of these two needs to have gem and detection to deal with the constant Glimmer Capes. That's not the first time. That's like the second or third time we've seen these Glimmer Capes just save lives.
Yeah, in that one fight, it saved a life twice.
Yeah.
2 times too many if you're an IP, but no gem picked up just yet. Who's got the money for it? Lina could purchase one. Actually,
yep.
Everyone except for Dazzle could buy one, but everyone being selfish here on an IP.
Yeah.
They will change forward. Oh, Matoma, man, he got stunned by the Centaur! He didn't expect that! JuNGz coming in a bit too late. Didn't get off the follow-up combination to finish off Limp and ends up losing 2 heroes. Centaur DotA. The proud conqueror struts out. I don't even know if he realized that it was dominated there when he engaged.
And not having a Linken's on Ember Spirit is really hard for him to be able to fight against Storm. If he ever gets caught out by an Axe Call, or in this case a Centaur stun, the instant fall from Era is just going to blow him up.
Reminds me of, in Warcraft 3, Dota 1, when Lifestealer looks like a regular creep. Or Ogre looks like a regular creep, so you can just hide in the wave and pretend you. Hey, I'm just a normal creep. Bam! Come out of nowhere. Centaur probably the scariest one, especially at nighttime because the creeps go to sleep.
Yes, that was
Dota 1.
I wish that existed in Dota 2. That was one of those.
Almost as good as what Loda pulled out the other day on the Lifestealer. Although it didn't work. I still want to see more of it, Loda.
I think that's my favorite Dota 1 clip of all time. Where this.
Meanwhile, there's a base race. I'm going. NiP will take 1 lane of Rax, looking for the second here, and the rotation comes in the mid lane, but they push so damn fast with the Beastmaster and the Desolator, quickly bringing down the tower. It looks like it's going to be a 2-for-2 exchange, already TP'd home as the Storm Spirit, just trying to get back, but they've already lost 2 melee. An excellent trade for the JuNGz, all things considered. Mind control with the uppercut, killing the courier on the way out. He may die for this, but damage has been dealt, and they're not done chasing just yet. Stopping Hanskin from getting away for now. Remnant forward, they will bounce that Lina. And so it ends up being a 1-for-1, a 2-for-2 Rax exchange, 1 ranged Rax advantage out of that for NiP.
That was a, I mean, not an entirely unexpected event to happen. With NiP going for a push, there's no way 5JuNGz can fight. The best play they can make is to go for that counter push. And the best thing about that Rax trade for them is they didn't even, if they wanted to fight the high ground, they would have to use Matumba Man's buyback, which if he buys back, you take a defense and Matumba Man dies, you've lost the game. And there's such a high chance of him dying because he's got no Lincoln Sphere that it's really risky for them to buy back and try and defend.
And so what they did, the beauty of the itemization as well.
Yeah, it was such a safe play for them to make to go for that Rax trade. Now we find ourselves in a position where, 2 lanes of Rax down on either side.
And there's a crucial pickup for Matumba Man. BKB now complete. Something that only the Axe can hope to counter. Your Lina close to an Aghanims as well, but not quite there yet.
And looking at the lineups, I'd say NiP slightly better at dealing with like the super creeps in the lanes. Ember Spirit, great, because he's got cleave and crit, but you've got Storm as well as Shadow Fiend, even Axe. Like Lina's pretty good at clearing out creep waves quickly. You've got 4 heroes who can push out creep waves very effectively. On the 5JuNGz side, it feels like you've got 1 at this stage. Ice Shards, you can only use 1 every 10 seconds. Crystal Nova, not great. Beastmaster, not great at pushing out creep waves. It really feels like NiP do still get a win out of that just because their lineups better geared for dealing.
They're going for it anyway. Jonas and Fan blinks in, finds Spotted to start off the fight. Not Matumba Man. BKB is available. He's going to pump it now, looking to turn this one. Matumba almost finished up Hanskin to start the fight. Now following up with the BKB engagement, but they've already lost the Earthshake on the backlines. Arrow finds the huge pickoff. He will pay with his life though. Spot and mind control rotate in, so they end up losing 3 across the map. Arrow could have been the fight changer there, but it cost him his life. Up in 20 seconds, Sleight of Fisting forward, but they're also going to get Limp, it looks like, an additional chains, preventing that Requiem. Now the Snowball, again preventing it, uppercut in the jaw. 4 down, they have buyback on the one with the longest death counter, though NiP don't realize it, but the JuNGz, gods, they're going to take Roche here it seems, and with that, They have the Aegis advantage, and they're pretty much even when it comes to Rex.
LD man, where is the NiP gem? That Glimmer Cape onto Fata.
It's getting absurd at this point. Did they ever? I don't think they ever bought one. I'm just gonna double check.
No, I don't.
Courier.
It's available to buy right now. I don't think there's.
No, it's not on the courier, which is dead. So
They've exclusively had sentries and sentries on the supports who are not there. Like it's the Storm who balls in, the Axe who jumps in with the blink call.
he's got dust now. He just bought dust, but the damage has been done.
I mean, Xmaster did get his BKB off, so killing him was still going to be tricky. But I don't think right-clicked him down.
Did they know he had the BKB because he just bought it? Yeah, that was his first charge.
Yeah, that
may have been what threw NiP off. They see Beastmaster, just like, let's jump him.
Even without it, they don't kill him because they had no detection, though. That's the crazy thing. It's like BKB or not.
Yeah.
Glimmer Cape alone. Kuro has been on point with these Glimmer Capes, but I feel like it's inexcusable to not have detection.
At this point, now he's got a new tool. And he's bought a gem just to rub it in for the spectators. Kroki, always thinking of the viewers here. We'll get the Aghanims as well. So we've got a big freezing field, and with the Glimmer Cape, maybe he gets an off gods.
Oh yeah.
You imagine Storm dying to start the fight, then they have sentries on Seal Kit, and that's it.
No lockdown is really being thrown at Kuro in a team fight. The blink call is always on like Beastmaster or Ember Spirit or Tusk on the front line. Storm normally follows up the blink call, so if it's not Storm or Axe, all that's left is Lina. So Lina would have to find Kuro with the LSA, and that's the one spell they may try and save for him, but there's a very good chance of a big freezing field coming into play in these upcoming team fights. Stun
onto the creep wave Handskin, desperately trying to complete that Aghanim Scepter. He'll be glimmered, and tries to retreat. Now pops his own Glimmer, the double Glimmer special. We'll make it out safely for now. This gives the Jungs a chance to drop down an Observer Ward on the high ground. As they begin to press forward, thinking about a full siege, they still have the Aegis here, freshly claimed. 3 minutes to go. Do they fully commit? That is the question. Checking buybacks here. Ember has it. Shadow Fiend and Tusk also. Ember definitely the big one with the Boots of Travel. 4k gold up. Matumba Man closing in on his next big item. Sleight of Fisting in once again. Era. Been brought back down to reality here as he lost quite a few Bloodstone charges in that last fight. Still at a healthy 14. But no longer out of control.
They won't have a quick enough respawn in this fight, and without buyback, he's not going to have 2 lives for this defense if 5JuNGz want to keep on chipping away at the high ground here.
Oh, and chip they shall. Tumba Man jumps in again, gets off the chains, the axe follow-up. Wild axes follow-up, I should say, to avoid confusion.
Liv's got a lot of money, but I feel like he's going to buy back. He's not going to have full souls, and by the time he buys back, he may not be able to offer a whole lot to his team. So
man, nobody wants to just run in and hit the tower. Matumba's like, I guess I will. Era jumping in the trees, popping back out. Maybe hoping for a quick pick there. Gets the tower denied. Nicely played by Era, but the real objective is not the tower. It's this melee Rax. His Limp, the man in front here, actually fluttered previously. Doesn't have it available. Flutter is worn off. Now the engagement. Axe jumping in onto Fada. Behind to the backlines goes Era, searching probably for the Earthshaker, but Jerax is even farther back. He was ready for this one, and Kuroki unwinds a massive Crystal Maiden ultimate there. Freezing field devastates the Storm, who has no buyback. Tumba Man quickly TPing home, has the Remnant to jump right back into the fight, and they might be able to close out this game with no Storm for 30. Do Jungs realize could be their moment?
Yeah,
seems they're afraid of the buyback. They're gonna play it safe.
Definitely concerned about it, and also I guess Matumba Man's just back to push out the wave a little bit here, but no pressure coming during this 20-second window.
They're slow rolling it.
They've still got Aegis, so I think more importantly than the Storm buyback is they're like, look, let's just make sure we've got all our lanes pushed out and in a position where we can just start chipping away. Probably even start with the range rack, just because I don't feel like they've got the damage, and it's going to take a long time to get the melee racks. And it heals up, so they may probably start with the range racks and then...
I love the mind games right now between Jerax and Era. They're both... Era knows he has to find Jerax. He's jumping all over the place to try and scout him out, and Jerax is like all the way over here. Just one step ahead of him, gods.
Yep. Hawk giving good vision off to the side. Does scout out Jonas and Fan.
Poking away at Limp, actually rather quickly punching him in the mouth, and oh, he'll be okay. Jumps back. They have that roar available. Fada trying to find the right target. Limp in danger here. Limp in a lot of trouble. The Laguna Blade will finish off only the Aegis. Remember, they also have an Ember buyback, so he's got 2 more lives to work with here, should he need them. Remnant's back. Now drops another Remnant, and the engagement actually goes the way of Fada. JuNGz quickly trying to stall this push forward. BKB committed by Fada, and now out come the Glimmer Caves. Handskin deleted from the fight. Very quickly dealt with. Lina ultimate already consumed earlier, so we'll be on cooldown for some time. NiP still trying to hold on, but the creeps are stacking up, and they've already gotten the range tracks, and this creep wave being here allows them to get that vision up to the high ground. NiP, maybe we see the back off again. Matumba Man, no more Aegis.
They really need to get to the shot.
No, they're going in. Kuroki throws out the aggressive Nova. Now the axes come and they snowball forward big. I haven't seen that Tusk jump in for a long, long time. But there's the Waller Punch. Arrow trying to find his opening here as the Shadow Fiend tries to counter initiate. But Kuroki, quick freezing field, does massive damage even in just a handful of seconds. Limp now isolated, controlled by the Shaker. Down he goes. 3 dead, 4 dead, double buyback, trying to hold serve desperately. NiP hanging on to whatever they've got, but it won't be Era. He's down as well for a full minute. It's a triple for Matumba Man, and they're not even done yet. Yo, some fun. He needs some big spin luck here. Desperately hunting. They're not going to let him go away easily. Chains, blink, all kinds of harassment, and additional sleight of fist. Limp, you know, some fun. There's only one way, and that way is forward as the roar controls Limp. This could be the final stand for NiP. A club from JuNGz finishes off one, searching for more. Lina rejoining the fight. All of a sudden the Ember Spirit's down, but he has the buyback dead for 100 seconds. Immediately will use it. Rejoining, kill that creep, they can't. And now it's gonna be Limp who pays, popping the Shadow Fiend like a pinata, which will cost them the Earthshaker, but well worth it as they continue onward, searching for Handskin next. He tries to machine gun Matumba Man, but gets only a measly 2 auto attacks off
in 10
before going down. And Lina also has a buyback of NiP with the double buyback, full team wipe, trying to hold this. Desperately hanging on.
It was an Ember buyback as well, the other thing to keep in mind. So it wasn't
double buyback for the JuNGz as well, overall.
Yeah, so they're still down. Well, they still have got a melee and a range Rax. They're even on Raxes right now. Both sides with 1 melee, 1 range Rax remaining. 5JuNGz have a couple extra towers at their disposal, but by no means game over. The big issue there, SF had like 7k gold at the start of that fight. Didn't have a Skadi, didn't have a Satanic. He couldn't get to that secret shop to finish off any of his items. He finally managed to get his Skadi after he bought back, but not having that extra big late game item, I think really hurt what he could do in the fight.
Matumba Man, gotta be careful, no buyback. And showing himself mid lane, he does have the Remnant, he's gonna play to fist the wave, and doesn't get the ball! This could be the death of Matumba Man, stun, Laguna dead! Deleted for 2 minutes! Oh, Matumba! He may have just opened the door for NiP.
Sick pick off there. They know they needed the 2-hero combo. Lina was there as well with the Glimmer initiation.
And this, you know, even if your actions are good, they gotta be perfect in that situation.
Yeah.
Quarter of a second too slow, and Matumba pays the price. He is going for an Abyssal Blade, but that may be beside the point as NiP smoke, head down the mid lane. Courier is...
They're going for the throne here.
They're all in.
They still have some ways to defend. Beastmaster has 2 lives
They
here.
can rat this. They can rat this. Maybe.
I think you have to defend because they're going to go throne. You can't beat them in a throne race. So
oh, they know it too. They're pinning it out. Fada very carefully positioned in the backline. Ball in. Quick Shibas. Initiation from Era. Jumping forward. BKB from Yosefon. Trying to isolate Fada. Laguna Blade again to support. Lina doing hefty damage here as Fada is driven all the way back. He'll blink out to safety. But this opens the way forward. Shadow Fiend dealing with the Necro Book, but does get held in position. Kuroki unwinding the ultimate again. Kuroki, can he be the big savior? No, it's going to be JuNGz. Echo slamming his way forward together with the snowball. Doing a lot here to NiP. Fada dunked and finished off, but 3 fall for NiP. Only 45 seconds till they get back that Ember mind control call, but they're just stalling. They have their numbers. Flying proudly, and they might be able to rat their way the other direction. There's no backing out here for NiP. They're all in on this. In comes the Earthshaker again with the attention. 2 stun. Take down 5 dead. 1 buyback. The JuNGz have held, and gods, I think it's going directly the other way. The boots of travel available. Ember up in 20. Pings coming out top. Jugular time here.
I think strategically they really overvalued how much they needed to go for kills there. They heavily overcommitted for Fata, who didn't even initially die until much later on. He had BKB Solar Crest evasion. if they just hit tier 4 towers and the throne, it forces Fata to engage. So rather than go diving for the kill on Fata, make him come to you and then you fight him. But the damage output on 5JuNGz just isn't there without Ember. Such that if you just go for buildings, you're gonna force a play out of them, and that's just, I think, a bit of an overextension from NiP. They were still in a desperate spot, but it's now 5JuNGz back the other way. There is a Storm buyback. They're gonna make a last stand with SF here, and we could see another turnaround. This is not over yet.
Well, JerAx quickly trying to bring down these towers. They sleight of fist out the creep waves. All waves pushing in here. So even if ZeUNGz can't finish the game now, they're going to have excellent map control. Mega creeps are up. NiP, last defense here. Here it comes. Now we go. Era jumping in, looking for the initiation on Matumba, who BKBs, focuses only on objectives, but gets the Laguna play, has to Remnant back. Handskin doing so much work here, but it's really Kuroky. It's a game of supports, a song of ice and fire, as Kuroky will be dunked the throne down to 600 health. They killed Enda just yet. They killed Enda. Every lane pushing though. Oh, wow!
Everyone's dead. They have no buybacks except CM.
But all lanes are heavily pushing in.
You've got a minute.
Let's see. Can NiP do it? They have to throw now. There's a dire glyph as well.
Era's buyback there. He chased down the Ember, then got the Earthshaker.
So close. So close.
They're gonna go right at the throne. There's no.
You say right at the throne. This is going to be a long and slow push down the mid lane.
Axe is going to start blinking forward. This creep wave is the creep wave which will make high ground. It's not even going to get stopped. They clear the waves fast enough with Axe, Lina, Storm that it's going to take about 20 seconds, 25 seconds to reach the throne. CM will have 2 lives. That's the important thing here for 5JuNGz. I mean,
not often you ever say that in any game of Dota. But
CM with a,
this could be the one game where it's very important. NiP marching in. This is the wave. Like you said, they ball forward. They're just going straight for the throne. Backdoor regen not there, even though the creeps haven't quite arrived just yet. And they're going for it. Fully committed. NiP just in the front door. Earthshaker back, has the Echo Slam. They buy back the Crystal Maiden. Go to some fun. Try to prevent this initiation. Mind control will ball in. Onto Handskin. Goes right past Era. Deletes him immediately. Throne dropping low. 1400 HP. Now the glyph comes out to hang on. JerAx. Oh, Era taunts it. They're gonna do it. NiP. Pull one out of the hat. The ZeUNGz thought they had it. They were wrong. They were so wrong. Oh my.
Era's just one of those clutch players. He's first the pick off mid on Ember when Ember had no buyback, then that throne defense where he went in, just did as much damage as he could, bolt back immediately. I was clicking him because I'm like, he's 50 gold short of buyback, but he got a kill, and then that gave him the money he needed for the buyback.